ever hear bad man?
World needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door.
Some things are a matter of doing.
The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to dispute.
I was about to take advice from a clown who dives headfirst into the shallow end of the booth.
It's Talk Sports with John Reed and Cody McClure.
If it is to be said, so it be. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is.
It's a Tennessee thing.
Well, I'm holding on.
Well, good morning. Hello. Is there life? Is there life out there? Bubba, hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on?
How's this thing on?
How's everybody doing? Sorry for the technical issues here getting in this morning. It's Talk Sports live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. I think we're live. The app should be working. The video, I believe Bubba's getting that working. I don't know about the radio. As I was driving in, it sounded like we had static, so we're working on that. But hopefully, if you're usually an app listener or a YouTube listener, we'll have that going soon, and we'll be able to say hello to the freaks. Good morning to everyone else besides the freaks. I can't tell the freaks good morning yet until we get YouTube going. So let me know when that happens, Bubba, and we'll be able to say hello to the freaks. It's good to be here. Good to be anywhere on a Friday. PTSD day, as I call it, August 1st. What's up?
I believe the YouTube is up. The camera's only on you. I cannot find one for the P team over here.
Hey, we're a two-man operation today. John is out of town. He's in Vegas, and Jackson, MAGA Jackson, I got to say, Bubba, you know, this kid, I wake up at my usual time, which actually today was 5:30 a.m., and then I went back to bed for, you know, roughly another 45 minutes. So we'll call it 6:15. But I wake up and I got this text. Hey, Cody, sorry for such an early/late notice. I mean, it would be late notice, but he did send this at 5:15 a.m. So I guess it's kind of early. I see what he's going for here. It is early/late. Early in the sense that he sent it at 5:15 a.m., 2 hours before the show. Late in the sense that it was 2 hours before the show, if that makes sense. But Jackson says, I'm not going to be able to come in today. I've been throwing up since 3:40, and I feel miserable. Now, typically, I would say, who's throwing up at 3:40 a.m. on a Friday, August 1st? But then I thought back to those days, the two-a-days, the fall practices. I call this PTSD day because it's when we would always start football practice back in the day, varsity athlete days. We'd start August 1st at 6:59 a.m. And I think about that every year on August 1st, just how miserable I would be on this day. So it kind of makes sense that on a day like this, you know, Jackson would call out because there were a lot of days I wanted to quit on August 1st. PTSD day. But hopefully John will enjoy his trip to Vegas. He deserves a vacation. He's a hardworking man. He deserves some time to go out and do a little gambling. I hooked him up with a contact I got out there in case he wants to get into anything else that's fun. I don't think he will. He'll probably just eat at Panda Express, knowing him. But should be a good time out there. It's always fun in the Sin City. How are you today, Bubba?
Well, right now, this adversity that we're facing is only, making us better men. I woke up this morning, I could not stop thinking about Bryce Dallas Howard, and I don't know why.
About what?
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Okay. Bryce Dallas Howard. Am I an idiot for not knowing who that is?
Not exactly. The name doesn't really fly off the tongue.
Born 1981, an American actress.
I know she Twilight Esmeralda. Oh, why is that happening?
All right. It's fine, Bubba. We're today's not going to be the most professional air quality day we've ever had, but we're here, baby. We're doing what we can do here. Okay, I've seen this woman before.
I just can't stop thinking about her, Cody. I don't know why. I woke up and I said, "Why is the first thing I'm thinking about?" Bryce Dallas Howard. I didn't dream about her.
You didn't dream about her?
No.
But she was the first thing you thought when you woke up?
Yeah.
Sometimes I have that happen where I'll wake up and I'll just have like a song in my head and I don't know where it came from. Like maybe you were in a dream. Maybe you were dreaming about Bryce Dallas Howard, but it was one of those dreams that you don't remember. Because, they say on a nightly basis, we only remember a certain percentage of our dreams.
Which is why I try to write down like any dream that I think would be cool enough to remember.
Right.
But yeah, last night I don't remember any dream at all. So you're onto something there in your psychological experimentation going on.
I don't know exactly how dreams work. I've always thought they were a weird phenomenon, because the mind can connect certain things that, like I'll have dreams sometimes about a person that I haven't seen in 20 years, but that person is still back there in my brain. And it'll be like, also, I haven't even thought about them in 20 years. Like somebody you went to school with or something in like third grade, you know what I mean? Or a teacher you had, like somebody you literally have not had another thought about in 20 years. And then suddenly they're just in your dream. So like everything is stored somewhere in the brain. It is a very weird phenomenon.
The related to the remembering past like teachers and stuff, I think that's how I test my memory. And the problem is like I'm now unable to remember certain teachers that I've had, and that scares me a lot. Like I can go to like kindergarten, I know first grade, I know second grade, I know third grade, I know fourth grade, I know fifth grade. Sixth grade, it gets a little hazy because they gave us like 6 teachers all at once.
Ah, yeah.
Same thing for seventh grade, same thing for eighth grade. So it's like there's a lot of, adults that I passed.
Is that when you started doing periods? Like, well,
for the females, yes.
Well, that's not what that's a weird way to phrase that, but let's rewind here. You start doing class periods, like you go, an hour and a half at a time or whatever. Is that about the time you said? Because, when you're younger than that, you just have one teacher who kind of handles everything. I want to say for us, that was up to like 4th grade. And then you start that rotation thing in like 5th or 6th grade. You start going to different rooms for different classes. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. And I think that plays because like at, Carnes Middle School, they did like suites is what they called it.
You went to Carnes?
Yep.
Wow. I have an impression I do about a woman from Carnes.
I might know her.
You might. Do you want to hear the impression?
Sure.
I live in Carnes, and I like to smoke cigarettes. I'm going down here to the Beaver Dojo to get some donuts this morning, and then I'm going to go over to Pizza House, and then I'm going to smoke some more cigarettes.
That's my impression of a woman from Carnes, but I don't know if I've ever actually known someone from Carnes. I had no idea you went there.
I'm a beaver eater, all right. Or a beaver, I should say.
All right, then. Well, speaking of donut shops, I found a new place that I like. I drove down to.
Is it under the dojo name?
No, it's called Buckin' Good Donuts.
Well, you got to be careful saying that here.
Yeah, well, I think we both got to be careful with some of the things we're saying to start this show. But hey, as far as I know, Bubba, we're app only, so I don't want to say completely let it fly, but I mean maybe. But this new donut shop, though, I've got this thing about kolaches.
You know what the thing is? I have no idea what the heck that is.
I know, because you can't find them anywhere here. They got them at like Richie Cream, but I've talked about them several times. But it's a Texas thing. It's these jalapeno and cheese sausages in like a sweet roll, like it's wrapped in think of a pig in a blanket, but the breading is like sweet, and then you got a hot little spice in the middle, salty sweet dynamic. Anyway, they have them at Richie Cream around Knoxville, but they're not the same. The ones they do there are too fancy. They're not it's not the same kind of kolache that you can get in Texas. And I've talked about many times how these got me extra fat when I was down there. But I finally found a place, Bubba. And I called around these donut shops because you want to find one of these like mom and pop donut shops that's usually got like an Asian lady at the front. You don't want to go to like you're not going to get them at like a nice donut shop, which is why at Richie Cream, because it's a nice donut shop, they're too fancy. It's a whole thing. But you want to find one of these mom and pops that do like a bacon, egg, and cheese, and they do like their donuts and everything's cheap, and they got chocolate milk and whatnot. So I found this Buckin' Good Donuts in Seymour. I drove all the way to Seymour to get these kolaches the last couple of weekends because I'm that fat.
Did you see more?
And so I got these kolaches and I enjoyed them. You can get like a half dozen of them for $20. Anyway, last night I'm in Powell, which is not far from Carnes, and I go see my buddy out in Powell, and I come to find out they've got one of these Buckin' Good Donuts now in the Exxon gas station in Powell. So that's going to be dangerous because I go out to Powell quite a bit to see my buddy, and now I feel like every time I go out there, I'm going to stop at this Buckin' Good Donuts. And, shout out to them, I guess. I mean, I'm giving them a lot of free pub here, but I love those kolaches. And now I don't have to drive all the way to Seymour for them.
Does this make you now want to go see your friend on a... does this make you want to go see your friend more just so that way you can have more of these kolaches?
I mean, kind of. Yeah. I just realized it last night that they've got a place out there now, so I can't wait to try that. But anyway, let's try to take a break here. Try to get on a schedule for we were late starting again. No John, no Jackson, so bear with us. Let's try to get on a commercial schedule here. Take a quick break, and then we'll be back on the other side to talk some sports. You're listening to Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Congratulations. You found sports radio that doesn't suck. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Hey, Pack Rat. Yeah, you. Are you moving cross-country and you just don't know who to call? Call us right now. Listen, you've probably seen one of our containers in your neighborhood, but did you know that we can help you move anywhere in the United States? It's real simple. We'll drop a container off at the location you tell us to bring it to. You pack up your valuable possessions at your leisure. They stay safe right in your home. And when you're ready, call us. We'll come and pick up the container and give you a scheduled date of when your furniture and the other possessions will be at your new home. So if you're moving across country or across town, be a Pack Rat. Join the Pack Rat family. Call Pack Rat right now for your free quote. See y'all later, Pack Rats.
Call 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. 800-965-1298. That's 800-965-1298.
Ready to launch your career? Axel Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axel proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axel, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axel Logistics is the place to start your career.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Do you have plans? Do you have a life? Do you have fun things going on this weekend? Hopefully you do. Hopefully the world will treat you well this weekend. Frank writes in that he lives close by the Seymour location, and I quote, "Those Koreans know how to make donuts." So I didn't know if they were Korean or, but Frank says they are. I will say generally I would agree with that, that they do know what they're doing there. So I appreciate that. Nice to hear from the freaks this morning. And we've got the Bubba cam on, apparently. You figured it out, Bubba. Who needs Jackson when you got you?
Yeah, it's real fun when you get to just teach yourself everything around here because nobody wants to show you how to do anything.
Well, I, for one, appreciate the effort. You're doing a fine job over there. And you got to come out. You got to slide over and talk to me from time to time.
It's like the Chris Collinsworth slide, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
So this is less synchronized and smooth, and there's more chance of danger here. Even though he could, at his age, like fall and dislocate his hip or something. But
right. At any point in time, it could all fall apart. That's a good transition, though. You mentioned Chris Collinsworth. It's a good transition into some football talk. Did you watch any of the Hall of Fame game last night?
I did. One to kind of stick it to John, who said, you're going to watch. You're going to turn it on for 30 seconds. Say you watch and turn it off. No. I watched. I remember seeing Josh Allen, or a guy that I thought was Josh Allen, who then decided to not be Josh Allen, throw 2 interceptions. And I said, this guy. Apparently his name is Kyle Allen. He went to Houston. I think he led the Panthers to like a couple games long ago, like a 5-0 undefeated run. But then he plays back up for Detroit. And I said, where's Hendon? And then their running back, I think his name is Craig. Out here, Craig's just, doing the hard work. He's running. And then Jabari Small was out there too. I said, Jabari Small plays for the Detroit Lions. And then eventually Hendon Hooker gets in late in the 4th, and then he doesn't do too well either. And I said, that's not a great representation for Tennessee at all. But then for the Rams, they had this dude named Tesla there, not Nikola, but some guy who I guess was a Michigan, kid growing up, went to Arkansas, don't know about him, don't care about him. Ew, pig suey. But he has. Did you see the story of this Tesla kid?
No, I didn't. Does he have a pretty good charge about him, or?
I think I wouldn't say a good charge, but like in his draft interview, he wore this like custom made Lions jersey with his name already on the back of it.
Okay.
Wearing that to his like draft interview thing with them, or like first couple days with the team or whatever. So I kind of thought, wow, this guy's a little bit of a, he's confident in himself a little bit, which I guess that's what you want, but also,
You said he's from Arkansas. He played college ball
they
at Arkansas.
said this Tesla kid, yeah, apparently ran like this wing T or something like that in high school as a quarterback there. So,
oh, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, cool name, with a name like Tesla.
well, how would you feel if the L and the two A's were capitalized to end the last name? So it's like Tesla.
Oh, it has two A's in it?
Yeah, Tesla. But those are capitalized.
Maybe he's a fan of the LA Angels.
I don't know.
And
I got none for you.
And we'll move on. Jabari Small, though, yeah, I mean, VFL, he does play for the Lions now. And the only reason I know that is because I remember doing a little write-up on it just a couple of weeks ago. He hasn't been with them for long. He was with the Titans last year, his rookie year. A fun fact about Jabari Small, Bubba, he played every level of football in the state of Tennessee before he got shipped off to Detroit. He played high school ball in Memphis. That's where he grew up. Then he played his college ball in Knoxville, obviously, with the Vols. And then he went to Nashville for his rookie year with the Titans. So Jabari Small, safe to say, a Tennessee guy, kind of spanned the whole state for his football career. But, yeah, just a couple of weeks ago, though, he got shipped off to Detroit. He got waived by the Titans, signed on the practice squad, and then waived. And so the Lions, hopefully they've got bigger plans for him. I mean, hopefully he can establish some sort of a pro career there. They've obviously got Jahmyr Gibbs, who's their featured back, and then David Montgomery, a guy I like to draft in fantasy every year.
The complete culmination of every running back ever.
Yeah.
Mark Ingram's legs. They've got, the IQ of Adrian Peterson, apparently, whatever that one photo was back in the day when he was at Iowa State.
Which one?
There's a picture of David Montgomery. I'll see if I can somewhat find it, where it's like whenever they were doing their like analysis of him, they compared him to like every other like notable running back out there and were like, oh, he has all these features.
Oh, yeah, he's one of those guys that for some reason I end up with every year in fantasy. I don't always necessarily mean to have him, but he's always done me well. I mean, maybe I've just been lucky with David Montgomery. I'm not saying he comes out and balls out every game like he's some diamond in the rough or a hidden gem or something, but I've just had good luck when I've used him in fantasy. He's always pulled through for me. So because of that, I tend to show him loyalty. He'll probably end up on one of my rosters this year at some point in time. So Hendon Hooker, though, I mean, I did notice because I didn't think I was going to watch any of this game. I didn't care anything about it. My mom texted me like at the start of it, and she said, Cody, because she tried to call me and I didn't answer. And she texted me. She says, Cody, I didn't need anything. I was just trying to figure out if this football game is live. Is this real football? And I said, well, Mom, yeah, it's the first game of the year. They call it the Hall of Fame game. She said, why do they call it that? I said, well, Ma, it's just, I don't know. They do it every year. It's a kickoff to the year. And she's like, well, none of the starters are out there. I said, no, Mom, they're not going to play. I said, a few starters will be there here and there. There'll be a few guys, maybe who get in. But then I explained to her that Hendon Hooker would play. And then I feel like I lied to her because he didn't play the whole first half of the game.
Or really the second half either.
Right. So he got in for what? I mean, how many plays was he even in there? It wasn't much, right?
I'd say like 2 drives, enough to throw an interception.
Yeah. I didn't even watch Hooker play. By the time I quit watching it, we had, like I said, I went out to see my buddy. They had watched like the first half. So then I watched a few minutes of it, and we moved on to playing MLB The Show. So I don't even really know how the game went. I do know, I mean, the Chargers won big, and I do know the boss man had the Chargers, I think, plus 1.5 or something. He was saying all afternoon. He said that's because he was excited. He was excited just to have some real live football on TV again. And he was saying all afternoon, that's the play, baby. Chargers plus 1.5. That's
I'm gonna
the
say
play.
it's crazy for taking a financial interest on the Hall of Fame game before I guess we'll call it the extra preseason game. That's typically what it's referred to as. But to financially pay attention to this, kind of interesting.
Yeah,
because you don't know who's really on the team.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those, like, you're so eager for football to start, you just kind of have a little fun with it. It's just it's kind of like week 0 in college football in a way. Not really, because those games actually count, but it's something. It's football and it's on TV. The Hall of Fame game is like Little Caesars. It is hot and it is ready. That's all they're really advertising to you. Like they're not saying, hey, it's really good quality pizza, better ingredients, better pizza. No, that's not us. No one out pizzas Little Caesars. No, we can't go with that. That's not true. They just say, hey, it's hot and it's ready. That's what the Hall of Fame game is. It is football and it is televised. It's not going to be anything special.
We got to learn some storylines too, at least for the Lions. How they're going to go without Ben Johnson for the season and their offensive, play calling. Even though they're just like, oh, it's all on Dan Campbell. It's not, I don't know. I feel like you need your OC to, help you in situations. Also, quick note, shout out to the Freaks, East Tennessee Vol for keeping in check. Tesla's on the Lions.
Okay.
I said Rams earlier, but the Lions. That makes much more sense why he would show up to the Lions and his own custom jersey than for the Rams. So
Tesla.
Yeah,
I didn't really know what
Dallas Howard. She got to me, man.
Clearly, I didn't really know what you were talking about, but I just trusted you that you just know what you're saying. So I don't know anything about this guy, so I believed you, whatever you said. But yeah, the Lions. Ben Johnson. A lot of people think they're going to take a step back this year. I still had them in my top 10. We put out our top 10 NFL teams yesterday. I still got the Lions in mind, but I do think it's a concern when you lose not only your offensive coordinator, but they've got 2 massive holes on the offensive line now. They're not going to have that same old line they had last year. Frank Ragnow retires. He was a mainstay there for many years. One of the better linemen in the league. So, and then you got Jared Goff. How much do you really trust him?
I trust Jake Gyllenhaal a lot to be just a quarterback that's he's not gonna be the complete superstar of the team.
Yeah,
but he's kind of splitting that responsibility with the running backs and then even wide receivers.
So you like Jared Goff? Where do you rank
capable.
him? Where do you rank him in your top NFL quarterbacks? What number does
top
he
12.
come in? Top 12. So like 8th or 12th?
12.
12. Okay.
But also, if you ask me to name better quarterbacks, I don't know if I could give you much better names.
12th's pretty good though. That's top half of the league, almost top third of the league. Not quite, but pretty close. So like he's got the weapons, I don't know what to think about the Lions because when it comes to like the NFC North, the Packers, they've always got a capable team. Yesterday I said they're the Steelers of the NFC. That's kind of what the Packers are to me. I think they'll be good enough. Like they'll be obviously in the playoff mix, but I don't know who to take in that division.
I think we
also
saw
got Minnesota, Chicago's getting better. So
I think we saw a little bit with Jordan Love kind of showing that he's actually not that bad of an NFL quarterback, and so I agree with you there on the Packers maybe being somewhat of able to make it to the playoffs, kind of routinely. Caleb Williams, I support the fingernail Peyton.
You support it?
Absolutely.
I can't say I support it. I can't roll with that.
Minnesota, I think, is going to have some issues here.
Would you want your quarterback to paint his nails? It's football. I can't.
I want him to paint his pinky,
Okay. Like if he's playing music, I'd be fine with the nails being painted. But in football, it's.
I'd like for him to lie and say that it's for play calling purposes, so that way he could do like a black, a yellow, and like a blue or whatever the team colors are, and then their like signs could be like black, 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 and he's like, oh, okay, and then the hand signals to the team. He's either using whatever finger that has the color painted on it to motion to his team. So they'd be like, okay, he's holding the one up. Oh, he's holding the the middle finger up. Okay, we're getting flipped off, but it's the color yellow here. It's like an old baseball approach to me,
Okay.
Because that was kind of my first exposure to dudes having their fingernails painted. It was like, oh, that catcher has a couple colors down there. Oh, he's flashing the red here. Okay, what's happening?
That was your first exposure to dudes having their fingernails painted?
Thankfully,
what
yes.
were some of your other exposures to dudes with their fingernails painted? You said that was the first one. Were there a lot of others, or
there's been situations
where you've been with dudes with painted fingernails?
Not with the dudes, but I've been in the same room as them.
In the corner, like in the corner, or
them or me?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm asking.
There's an establishment I go to here in the state of Tennessee, in downtown Knoxville, kind of in the old city, where they got some pool tables and
a chair,
and
like
some
in
darts.
the corner of the room. There's a chair there. And...
None of that. I mean, they got chairs and corners, But
there are chains in the room, like whips, and
I don't know about all of that.
Like things hanging from the ceiling. And well, Blake writes in, Cody and Bubba kind of day, best kind of day. Thanks, Blake. Appreciate Blake in the chat. Appreciate all the freaks for listening.
Your IQ scores may go down after this.
Yeah. I mean, this is, I think, safe to say, not going to be the best show we've ever done. We're down a man. Yeah, I mean, we knew we'd be down John, but we thought we'd at least have Jackson also to kind of bounce off of. So really, it's just me and Bubba here staring at each other through a glass. We're kind of in a glass case of emotion here, just staring at one another. So,
also Easton Seaval checking me again. Apparently he played the whole second half, assuming that's about.
Is he talking about Tesla? Tesla played the whole second half, or Hooker?
I'm gonna hope it's about Hooker, because I feel like I saw Tesla from the beginning, but also the Lions' big old point last night was Dominic Lovett, if you remember him.
Oh yeah,
little SEC guy. And he didn't look that great. He had a couple drops where it's like, that's not gonna look good when trying to get that job opportunity.
How about old Trey Lance? Maybe his best game ever.
John Harbaugh, a quarterback whisperer.
Yeah, the
slaps him on the pads and on the face and in the tummy, and then he starts to smile a little bit,
Trey Lance threw for 2 touchdowns, very efficient, 13 of 20, no interceptions. They signed him in the spring as an unrestricted free agent. So, he was one of those stories where he kind of had a flash a few years ago, and you thought, where's this guy going to end up? And now a little bit of a resurgence, perhaps.
I'm more surprised that I don't know about a resurgence. He's got, maybe he'll have the Geno Smith approach. Maybe he'll get his chance one day. Maybe he won't.
I don't expect him to ever be like an NFL quarterback that you care about.
As long as he can just keep himself like on a team as like this ideal second string instead of third string,
It's a good place to be. It's good work if you can get it.
Yeah, you get paid, you get some free gear, you get to travel occasionally.
Yeah, you get NFL money with no CTE. Just get to hang out there on the bench. Just ride the pine. Talk on the headset every now and then, do a couple of signals on the sideline, check in with the offensive coordinator, drink some Gatorade. Like, it's not a bad life, I've heard, as an NFL backup.
I used to always want to be like a practice squad punter or kicker.
He said, it's fun to be back on the football field after the game. I'm going to get better and build on tonight. I mean, it was the best moment he's had in a long time. So, all right. Well, let's go to another break, Bubba, and we'll be back right after this.
You're listening to Fan Run Radio, the sports humans.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the volunteer state. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Is your smile ready for the spotlight? Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco, and at Knoxville Smiles, we make every visit a reason to smile. From routine cleanings to dazzling cosmetic treatments, our experienced team uses the latest technology to keep your teeth healthy and your smile bright. With a warm, welcoming atmosphere and personalized care, we're here to make sure you leave feeling your best. Don't wait. Your perfect smile is just a call away. Book your appointment today at 865-539-1776 or online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
what's happening.
That's on me. I had to.
You got it going.
Had to answer the cancel it for our coming back music.
So all of our YouTube audience just missed my Brent Musburger impersonation.
Yep.
Damn, it's one of my favorites.
Rewind.
You are looking live at Brent Musburger, back in the fold. Boy, Herbie, look at that guy's girlfriend. She's beautiful. What a rack on her. AJ McCarron, he's got a gorgeous mom, doesn't he? A real cougar. I'm going to move out to Vegas where I can get a hooker at any moment. Yeah, I love Brent Musburger. Old school.
But if you're Sterling Sharp, is this where you want to be right now? Especially with your brother getting fired, and it's like, Sterling, you're out here, and he goes, it's like, what's your thoughts on this? It's like, I'm just glad I got to play football, and honestly, I like that mindset a lot. And then Jared Allen's out there. It's like, Jared Allen, what are you doing? You slimmed down a little bit, bud.
It's all about the ball.
Antonio Gates, you never played college football. How do you feel?
All about the ball with Sterling Sharp. He wasn't into the same antics his brother was.
And then he just kept talking about golf more than football at some point.
He was hoping that the news of the ESPN exit would hold until after the Hall of Fame. We had that yesterday. He didn't get his wish.
Probably would have been more timely that way. To where we could have done like a highs and lows, Like winners of the weekend, Sterling Sharp. Losers would be Shannon Sharp for getting fired.
Yeah, it would have worked out, but the timing just didn't work out on it. But old Shannon, we probably won't see him on TV again.
He should have went with Miss B Nasty.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's his first mistake right there.
Should have stuck with Skip. Skip wouldn't have let him get in such trouble. Skip's kind of he's been in the news lately too. He's kind of faded out of the public.
So maybe he shouldn't have been with Skip. Maybe that's where he got it from.
They've both kind of been in hot water lately. I mean, everybody knows about the Shannon Sharp thing, but Skip Bayless had
the hairdresser incident.
Hairdresser?
Isn't that what it was? When he was going to pay the hairdresser this amount of money for blank.
Oh, well,
because I'm not trying to slander the guy here, but I thought that's what one of the news stories that was reported.
Well, I don't know about that. I was talking about he's been in hot water over the last few days for his comments on the shooting. Have you seen this at the NFL building where he said, "Thank God they didn't make it to the NFL people"? Basically, just the way he said it was just like, well, here's what the tweet was. Thank God the New York City shooter apparently took the wrong bank of elevators and didn't make it to the NFL floors. He reportedly, bizarrely blamed the NFL for what he believed to be his CTE suffered from playing high school football. But just the wording of it, people were kind of upset, They were like, oh, thank God he didn't make it to the NFL floors. He just killed regular people instead. He just murdered a bunch of bankers and executives instead. But thank God he didn't get the NFL people.
He'll get his time one day.
Who, Skip?
Yep.
What do you mean by that? All right, hour 1 in the books. Hour 2 is on deck. We'll be back right after this.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
Hey Knoxville, Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
If you're looking for a sports talk show that gets to the bottom of the biggest sports topics, then check out Under Review on Fan Run Radio. I'm Bob Baskerville, and every day, Sam Beard and I cover the latest news on the Vols. We also widen our view to cover what's hot in the SEC. From local and national media pros to the coaches and players we all root for, we have the best guests and experts anywhere. So tune in weekdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on AM 1340, FM 105.7, or stream live on our free app. It's Under Review on Fan Run Radio.
Only 3 homestands remaining to see your Knoxville Smokies play this season. And next week is full of celebrations, starting with free hot dog night on Tuesday. All the hot dogs you can eat all night long. And if you're still hungry, we've got all you can eat Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers. Then on Friday, we honor one of the founding members of the Negro Southern League, the Knoxville Giants. On Saturday, we're continuing the fight against breast cancer by painting the park pink. And on Sunday is Cocoa Melon Day. Grab your tickets now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Whether you are buying or selling a home or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage Group a shout. He is a longtime listener and supporter of Fan Run and has been serving the Mid-State for many years. Reed prides himself on his hassle-free and honest approach. And that's because he's not just chasing another commission. He wants what is best for his clients. Give Reed Emerson a call or text him today to get the process started. His number is 931-492-0418, or you can find him online at bhgheritagegroup.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Kind of sounds like Freaky Friday, the plot you were describing.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
No, that's what? Did you pay attention to Freaky Friday? That was about a mother and daughter switching roles.
Yeah, I thought that's kind of what you were.
No, Lindsay Lohan was in high school, and her mother, Jamie Lee Curtis, they switched spots, and they learned about each other's lives and how tough it is to be a mom and still care for your kids and be able to work and do all this stuff. And Jamie Lee Curtis learns it's tough to be in high school. It's tough, the pressures you feel as a girl. Like in Jamie Lee Curtis, maybe I'm being a little tough on her. It is hard to be good at school and have a social life, and there are cute boys. And well, I've been hard on this guy on a motorcycle. Now I'm kind of into him, and I'm an older mom, but I'm got a young woman's body. Do I give it a run? But I'm married, but also I'm not. I'm single. I don't want to mess this up for my daughter because she's got a good thing going. And Chad Michael Murray, he was a looker, I got to say, and he had that bike, and he was riding her around, and she felt alive. She felt things inside of her that she hadn't felt in a long time, but then she realized she has to go back and appreciate her husband at the same time.
Airing every day from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
The moral of that story is you got to walk in somebody else's shoes. You know, you got to have empathy, and you got to realize and relate to people and be like, hey, is it easy living this life that this person's living? No, we all have our struggles, you know. Like, I don't know what it's like. You know, I used to be hard on you when you'd get out of bed late, but I don't know what it's like to roll 400. 450 pounds out on a 5'8" body, and just how it is to get here and do school. Same as you don't know about what it's like being a bald man. You know, we all have our own struggles.
On 1340 WKGN.
I'm sorry.
Hour 2 kicking off in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Hour 2 headlines brought to you by me, I guess.
What you got?
Unless Bubba's
Cody?
got something. What did we miss, Bubba? Hey, I'll ask you at the end of the show. Some other NFL news. Probably the biggest NFL story yesterday. I mean, well, no doubt it was the biggest NFL story yesterday, other than the Hall of Fame game, I guess. But Terry McLaurin, the Commanders wide receiver, is requesting a trade. The Washington Commanders, McLaurin, he's their number one receiver, frustrated apparently with negotiations on a contract extension. Source told ESPN's Adam Schefter Thursday he's requesting a trade. And it appears that the two sides are far apart, as Terry McLaurin held out the first 4 days of training camp before reporting Sunday. There has been no movement toward a new deal, says one source of Adam Schefter's. So Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels, of course, his top target. I mean, he is the number one receiver in Washington. It worries me a little bit from a Commander's standpoint when you consider not only is Terry McLaurin requesting a trade, but I think also it's going to be kind of hard for them to replicate the magic that they had last year. You know, Bubba, a lot of times quarterback comes on the surface, he wows everybody, first-year guy, and then you see it all the time in the NFL, the sophomore slump. You know, the film comes in, and a guy's second year is just not as good as his first year. And I really like Jaden Daniels. I mean, I'm on record saying he's the future of the league. That might have been a little bit hyperbolic, but I really enjoyed watching him play last year. He made me tune in to the Washington games. Obviously had a nice run in the playoffs. I mean, hell, they made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. You know, just only the Eagles stood in their way of getting to the Super Bowl. But I wonder if they might take a step back this year when you combine this McLaurin situation with the sophomore slump that Jaden Daniels could have. So that remains to be seen. But as of now, Terry McLaurin, he became a hold-in, placed on the PUP list with an ankle injury too, suffered last season. And so now he's requesting a trade. Any potential destinations, Bubba? You care anything at all about the Terry McLaurin news?
There's some rumblings of where he could end up.
Rumblings?
There's some rumblings, whether by me or by actual trusted individuals.
Are you going to say the Colts?
I will not be saying the Colts.
Okay.
I'm actually going to be saying there's a team maybe down south. And by south, I mean south.
Miami?
Ears are perking up a little bit.
That's as far south as you can go in America. I mean, Key West, but they don't have an NFL team. Well, in other news, Stanford is set to hire the former Nike CEO, John Donahoe.
Or it could end up on the West Coast.
Uaho, huh?
I was going to say, or Terry McLaurin could end up on the West Coast like a Chargers. Or
okay. John Donahoe's going to the West Coast. He's going to Stanford.
Yeah, Donna, hardworking man, or Donna Ho.
He's a hoe, Donahoe. Stanford set to hire the former Nike CEO. Oh, it's a big move. This guy used to be the CEO of Nike, and now he's going to be the athletic director at Stanford. It says he will arrive in the collegiate athletic director space with a vast swath of business experience, as Stanford officials viewed him as a, quote, unicorn candidate for the AD job because of both his business ties and history at the school. It is a non-traditional hire. So the former CEO of Nike, now going to be the AD at Stanford. That's pretty cool. Says he was also the board chairman of PayPal. I wonder if he could do anything about all those emails I get that aren't actually from PayPal, but they go to the spam folder, but for some reason they don't always go to the spam folder. Sometimes they go to the regular inbox. They say, here's your PayPal situation, and then you look at it and it's malware. So maybe they could do something about that. But anyway, let's see. Mikal Bridges and the Knicks agree to a 4-year, $150 million extension. How about the Braves? The Braves and Reds combined for 16 runs in a historic 8th inning In what appeared to be just an ordinary Thursday night game between the Braves and the Reds, it suddenly turned into a historic thriller in the 8th when the Braves broke a 3-3 tie by exploding for 8 runs and then allowing the Reds to storm back with 8 runs. Well, that's insane.
The worst thing about that is my home run parlay did not hit because the Braves decided that they just didn't want to do that.
How the hell does this happen? It says it was just the 3rd time in Major League history that both teams scored 8 or more runs in the same inning, according to the Elias Sports Bureau. Also, the 3rd time in the expansion era since 1961 that 2 teams combined for 16 or more hits in the same inning. I mean, how does that happen? You score 8 runs. I mean, imagine being the Braves. This had to be a wild ride last night for Braves fans. I know we got some Braves fans listening because we are a Braves affiliate, of course. I mean, think of it, Bubba. The game's 3-3, and then suddenly you explode for 8 runs, make it 11-3, and you're like, oh,
honestly,
yeah, we got it. It's over. We got it now.
Looking at the box score and the way it unfolded, they scored their first run in the 4th. And then in the 6th, they scored 2 more. And then, in the 8th, single brings in 1, goes up 4-3. Then a double. And then the ground into, run being scored. And then they just kept single, double.
But they both scored 8 in the 8th, right? Isn't that how it happened? It said it's just the 3rd time in Major League history both teams scored 8 or more runs in the same inning.
Yes. And then
so it would have been 11-3 at one point, right?
Yeah, it was 11-3 when the Braves finished up at the top of the 8th, and then to finish the bottom of the 8th, finished the inning. Looks like the Reds homered, brought in 3, so then it's 11-6. De La Cruz singles, brings in a guy. 11-7, another single, brings in a guy. 11-8, and then a 3-run homer. 11-11.
That's insane. You're in a 3-3 tie, and then you get up 11-3 in the 8th, and then you allow 8 runs from the other team. Marcelo Zuna said, "I've never seen anything like this." I was like, "Oh my God." I mean, that's historic if I've ever seen it.
It looks like the 2 pitchers for the Braves, Dane Dunning, giving up 5 earned runs, not great. And then the next guy to take over him, Dylan Lee, giving up 3, to go on his ERA. So, not great for the pitching staffs last night. They did not earn their money.
I mean, they did up to the 8th inning. They did pretty good, and then suddenly everybody just exploded. Must have been something in the air. Well, the NFL held a moment of silence last night for those killed in the New York City shooting. To wrap around back to that, Roger Goodell made a statement, called it devastating. He did not say what Skip Bayless said about, thank God they didn't come up our elevators. The guy, his motive, like he wanted to get the NFL. He probably would have got Goodell, right? If he had taken the right bank of elevators, I'd say there's a good chance he would have shot Roger Goodell.
Does Roger Goodell seem like the type of guy that would show up to work every day?
I don't know. I don't know if he hangs out in his office or if he's just out mingling. He might have been absent. He might have had an engagement somewhere or something.
I think it's crazy though, that New York, right? That's where this happened?
Yeah. Manhattan, Midtown.
Walking in Midtown in Manhattan. Not naked in Manhattan, as Chaperone would say, but walking in Manhattan with a gun out.
Yeah, they released
bypass people. What's up with that?
I don't know. They released the surveillance shot of him just like with a machine gun or whatever he had. I don't know a rifle or whatever. It is pretty wild to just see him right there because there's thousands of people everywhere. Like every corner you go in Midtown Manhattan, there's hundreds of people. So it is pretty wild that he just walked into that office building like that.
Guess you can do anything you want as long as you look confident.
I guess so. Nice to see the NFL hold a moment of silence, though. That's good. I bet Goodell is thinking his lucky stars today. Vandy Dandy writes in, my dad was at a Braves game in the 80s that was 20 innings or something. Yeah, that'd be crazy too. I would love to attend a baseball game like that. That's just insane, you know. I guess I got lucky. The one I've been to 2 MLB games. I went to the Dodger game and a Braves game. The Braves game was relatively boring. It was against the Brewers, and it was just I mean, there were a lot of runs scored, like quite a few hits. It was a fun game, but it was just like it was never really dramatic. The Brewers won, but then I did see the Dodgers win one time in a walk-off, which was pretty cool against the Blue Jays.
So looking this up, apparently the longest game that ever happened was 26 innings all the way back in 1920.
26 innings
between the Boston Braves and the Brooklyn Robins.
Oh,
in the game ended 1-1.
Damn.
The second game was 25 innings back in '84 between the Chicago White Sox and the Brewers, 7-6. We got 74 Cardinals beating the Mets in 25 innings.
There was a 26 inning game and it was 1-1
back in 1920. Out of all times, you know.
Both guys left and needed Tommy John surgery after the game. Just threw their damn arms out. Imagine the bullpen was running pretty dry back in those days. I don't know. Have you ever been to a Major League Baseball game?
I have. And I have a really unfortunate tale from that.
Okay.
It was my first game, seeing the Red Sox play the Braves. And in my first ever MLB game, I had a fly ball hit right into my lap, but I had one of those bucket nachos, and I didn't know what to do, so I held on to it and watched the ball bounce in the seat, like next to me, like directly next to me.
So you prioritized the nachos
over the ball, yes.
Over the ball.
And then before I could, get up to go pick it up, some guy came down from like 3 rows to pick it up, and it's like, I hope it was worth it for you, pal.
I gotta wonder.
I kind of regret that.
You do regret it?
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Because you've probably had nachos a lot of times since then. But
yeah, but
when else have you been able to catch a fly ball?
Especially in your first ever MLB game that you attend in person. Like, what are the odds of that?
Were you like a kid, or was this adult life?
Adult life.
Okay.
So that's also the thing too, because it's like, do I care enough to pick this ball up, or do I want to let a kid potentially, find the joys of getting it? But then again, some older guy came down from like 3 rows to get it, so it's like both plans of action were just gone out the window.
But you had paid for that bucket of nachos, and I imagine they weren't cheap, right? I mean,
no, it was like $12 minimum.
Right. So I mean, you're probably hungry, obviously, if you're buying nachos.
Had that, had the old, beer bat going on. Like, I only got 2 hands here, right?
I mean, who can catch a fly ball when you got a baseball bat full of beer?
At that point, I would catch the ball on the nachos, but then I'd have to go get another thing of nachos.
You wouldn't have to. I think that's what I would have done. I think I would have taken the nacho bucket and tried to catch it with that.
But see, at that point, it's like, am I okay with losing my nachos, or do I hope that an usher or somebody is like, hey, we can get you another bucket of those? Maybe that's how that could have played out.
Well, you could still eat the nachos, couldn't you? I mean, I know there's a dirty baseball in there, but you just kind of pull it off the top and wipe the cheese sauce off, and then maybe you take that top layer of nacho and just kind of throw a little bit of it. Like if you see some dirt in there or something, or some grass, you throw those couple of chips out. But I think you'd still eat the nachos. That's what I would have done. I would have taken the bucket.
Yeah, look, I opportunity, things were lining up. The powers that be, they were giving me a signal, and I completely ignored it.
Did you have a glove with you?
No.
Okay. Hard to eat nachos with a baseball glove on.
As a hot take here, I think at a certain point, maybe you stop bringing gloves, because then you use either the helmet or the cup of beverage of your choice to catch said ball, or the mitts that you got on each hand here.
It's funny, at a baseball game, you always see a bunch of guys walking around with gloves, but you never see a guy with a bat. I think if I was going to a baseball game, I'd take a bat, hit it back to him, instead of catching the ball in your glove, maybe you see a fly ball coming, you hit it back to him. You never see that.
I mean,
they probably won't let you bring a bat in, huh?
Probably not.
Well, we've got some Tennessee recruiting information. We'll have it for you on the other side. It's big news, by the way, if you haven't heard yet, which most people these days are online, so you've probably heard, especially the freaks out there. But we'll talk about it on the other side. You're listening you're listening to Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Are you looking for a treat that will knock it out of the park at the next watch party? Just like your favorite baseball team, Crumble brings the best lineup week to week with an expanded roster that includes key lime pie, strawberry cake, or my personal favorite, Monster featuring M&M candies. Let Crumble treat you to the best cookies in the game. Download the Crumble app and start earning rewards. You can even vote monthly on what flavors you would like to see at any store of your choice. Warmer weather is here, so get to the ballpark, but don't miss the cookies.
Listen up, this is Thomas Miles, nephew Tommy. Okay now, fellas, let's be adults for a minute. Let me ask you something. When the lights go down in the bedroom, are you still clocking in? Or is the equipment on strike? Look, erectile dysfunction is real. It can mess with your mood, your confidence, and don't even talk about the side-eye you get from your lady. But there's good news. Men's Pro Knoxville has licensed medical providers who specialize in turning oh no into let's go. And forget those same old pills. They don't work for everybody. These folks have options most men don't even know exist. Your consultation, just $99. Blood work, consult, and maybe even a test dose if the doc says so. They got an in-house lab, so you'll know where you stand in minutes, not days. So stop stressing. Call 865-544-8220 or hit menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville. Making it happen.
Look out, East Tennessee. It's The Chase. Right here on Fan Run Radio and Fox Sports Knoxville. Join me, Tennessee sports renaissance man, Chase Thomas, and the biggest rising stars in Tennessee sports media like Ryan Shumpert, Ethan Stone, Ryan Sylvia, Caleb Jarreau, William Pattison, and so many more folks every weekday from 1 to 3 p.m. on WKGN's newest show, where we talk all things Tennessee Vols and always take your calls.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing.
Back on the program, I can't believe Maga Jackson called out sick. I even asked him yesterday, Bubba. We knew John wasn't going to be here. I asked him yesterday after the show. I said, Jackson, you'll be ready to rock and roll tomorrow, won't you? You'll be fired up and ready to go, ready to be here. Oh, yeah, Cody, going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a great show. Nope. No, Jackson. I don't know. Sometimes I guess guys get sick. I feel like very rarely in August at 5:15 a.m. But if you are sick, Jackson, hope you get better. If you're not, just know that I'm on to you. The old I'm throwing up excuse. It's fine. Sometimes you just don't feel like coming in. I've used it. I mean, who hasn't? Haven't we all used the I'm throwing up excuse a couple of times? Sometimes you're just not feeling it, and I get that. I mean, hell, I told you, Bubba, when we got here, I was like, part of me was really like, if Bubba's car's not here when I get here, I'm going to say, my hands were tied. I was left with no other options, which in a way would be true. But at the same time, I wanted to be here to deliver for the audience. I don't know if we're really delivering for the audience, but we're at least giving you something. Hey, it's a radio show, It's
like those guys that DoorDash for like 12 hours straight.
Yeah, and make $96.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw that guy that put the video out yesterday of the he's like, I DoorDash for 12 straight hours. I took every single order. Some guy like at Virginia Beach, I think is where he was at. He's like, I took every single order. Here's how much I made. And it was like, what was it, $200? And it was before gas and wear and tear and all that, taxes and everything.
Highest tip was $14, which is great. And he says the lowest tip was $3. And I said, nobody didn't tip you at all. I don't believe that.
I mean, yeah, like he said he accepted every order, which I feel like you're right. I feel like there would be a couple of those $2.50 orders that you just decline,
But he also gave himself 2 30-minute breaks.
Yeah. Yeah, and then somebody was like, well, actually, if he does this every day, this is not bad money. This adds up to $78K a year if he does it every day. And somebody was like, yes, if he DoorDashes for 12 hours a day, every single day of the week for an entire year before taxes and fuel costs, yes, he can make $78K or whatever it came out to. If he literally does nothing but work for the entire year. That's tough out there. It's a tough economy.
Hard out there for a pimp.
That's right. Well, I tell you who it's not hard out there for right now, and that's Josh Heupel on the recruiting trail because he's blazing it up, baby. The Vols land a 5-star athlete with a little bit of an asterisk, I guess, on the 5-star. We put this out yesterday. I put the post up on the website, fanrunradio.com. Please click. And, our guy, we got this guy who's been writing for us, helping with the website, and he's doing a great job. But he had called this guy a 5-star. And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Because he is, according to the 247 Sports Composite. The thing is, everywhere else you look, he's just a 4-star. So 5-star sounds better. 4-star, maybe more accurate. But I'd say a very, very high 4-star, if you want to go conservative on it. Or you can just be like me and call him a 5-star because I like the way that sounds. Rivals, Hayes Fawcett, they have him as a 4. The On3 guys, the Rivals guys, all their composite stuff has him as a pretty highly touted 4-star. 247 themselves have him as a 4-star, but for some reason he's a 5-star in the composite. Anyway, he's an athlete, Salisi Moa, widely considered one of the multi-talented athletes of the 2026 class. So we plucked him right out of Utah, Bubba. He's a 6'2", 190-pounder. Utah wanted him. He's from Utah. He lives in Utah. They wanted him. We went right into Ogden, Utah, and scraped him off the ski resort. We said, we're bringing you back to Knoxville. Josh Heupel and the boys land him. Ranked as the number 1 player in the state of Utah, which, I don't know what that really says. It's Utah, but still number 1. Number 31 overall nationally, according to the 247 composite.
To do an impression here. I don't know if it's great for Tennessee to be in the same competition as Utah when it comes to recruiting athletes. I mean, why are we not recruiting against, the Oregons on the West Coast and all those big time names? But Utah, the same, state as BYU, we don't want those guys. We want guys that also have offers from Ohio State and Michigan and Alabama.
Well, guess what, Bubba? He did have an offer from Oregon.
Whoa.
He was offered a scholarship by Oregon. And if you need some other heavy hitters, Oklahoma offered him a scholarship.
But are we in the same level as Oklahoma? We're Tennessee. We're past that.
Texas A&M is a pretty big one.
They got a lot of money.
Michigan, they just won a national championship. I mean, he had some pretty big offers. Seems like he was down to kind of us in Utah, but had offers from Washington, all the West Coast schools you would think of. But Oregon,
Nevada?
UNLV and Nevada, yes, both. Oklahoma State, Gundy wanted him. BYU, Colorado, Deion wanted him. He had a pretty good offer list. Like if you just boil it down to Oklahoma, Oregon, and A&M, like the fact that we got him over those guys, I'll take that. Oregon's they're top 4 every year in these talent rankings typically. So.
Does it scare you? A man, assuming he comes from, an Islander heritage.
Why are you assuming that?
Last name Moa. First name Celeste.
Be careful. Celeste? Is that how you say that?
So I'm pronouncing it.
Celeste Moa? Yeah, I mean, it checks out. How about this? Now we have a guy, we're going to have a Moy, a Mo, and a Moa. Like Big Wendell Moe, I think you say his name Moy, don't you?
I'll say Mo.
I've been saying Mo because
wasn't there a Jackson Moy?
Yeah, there's Jackson Moy, and then there's Wendell. Looks like Mo, but I've been hearing these nerd journalists call him Wendell Moy. So I'm wondering if it's not also pronounced Moy. Even it's spelled.
Those nerd journalists aren't from the islands, therefore I don't know if they have proper,
Right.
rights.
I don't know if it's exactly. I don't know if it's accurate or not. But now you got Celeste Moa. So you got an MOA, an MOE, and an MOI. How about that? Kind of unique, wouldn't you say? Kind of odd, kind of strange. Kind of crazy. Mo, Moa, Moy. All 3 could be good players. Not as strange as hitting 8 runs in an inning and then giving up 8 immediately after that, but still pretty strange. Anyway, he's expected to be a playmaker. He's just listed as an athlete, so he's one of these dynamic kind of guys that can do different things. He's got different skill sets, different tools. He's rated though in this class. As far as the class Tennessee's put together, as pretty much wherever you look, I mean, a top 2 or 3 commitment in our class. So you got Faison Brandon, of course. Yes, Bubba?
His father is a former tight end for Utah, so that that didn't happen, which is interesting. But also, his father is also an MMA fighter.
All right, so he's got some dog in him.
He fought in Bellator back in 2018, had 1 loss, and then he fought elsewhere from 2017 to 2022. Then most recently, as of May 10th, 2025, he was in the bare knuckle boxing.
Tough guy.
Where he knocked the dude out.
That's an interesting fun fact. Tennessee now has 23 commitments in the 2026 cycle. It's shaping up to be a pretty damn good class, Bubba. I mean, we're firmly in the top 10, I guess, depending on where you look. Let's look at the updated team rankings, because I know yesterday, 247, we were number 9. But I wonder if Rivals and On3 have updated yet. They've still got Tennessee at number 12 in the class, which you take that. You take that every year. That's a pretty good class.
Who is this to?
This is Rivals On3. Their team rankings right now.
According to 247, we are 10.
10. Okay, we were 9 yesterday, so I don't know what happened there. I guess somebody
No, just kidding. We are 9. My phone went crazy.
Oh, okay.
Oregon's above us. Ohio State, Texas, Notre Dame, Bama, A&M, USC, and Georgia.
I mean, that's the company you want to be with. You know, it'd be cool to outrank them one of these days. But at least we're getting talent on par with those schools. I mean, you're probably not quite as deep.
2 5 stars, 11 4 stars.
Yeah, but the possibilities that we still have out there.
There's a big name out there that has, you know.
There's a couple big names.
I'd say he's a key, you know, to this recruiting class if you can flip him.
A key, huh?
Yeah.
Could really turn some. Yeah. You're referring to Tristan Keys, the LSU commit, I assume.
I was.
But there's also Big Darius Gray and the running back Savion Hiter, Hiter, who are 5-star players. You still have, like, the top end potential of this class is still there to have perhaps a top 5 class. I mean, that would be shooting pretty high, but you know, you get one of those guys, maybe you could, or 2 out of the 3. Like, obviously, I mean, an ideal situation, Bubby. You flip Keys, you bring in Darius Gray, and you bring in Hiter.
If you can do all big 3 of those,
you're looking at a top 5 class if you do all of it.
At minimum.
But let's say, I mean, hell, you get 2 out of the 3. Maybe a top 7, top 8 class. I mean, you can't expect everything to go your way. Maybe, can you? If it does, cool. That'd be great. But you know what they say, you can't always get what you want.
What happens if you try sometimes?
You get what you need. And what I need is a 5-star running back, Savion Hiter. So I would like to have him too. But nonetheless, I mean, even if it ended today, like if this was all you had, it would be a good class. It would be an acceptable class as it is now. So I don't want to call a Hiter or a Gray or a Tristan Keys icing on the cake, because I do think if you're going to take a next step and get to what you'd consider championship level, you're going to need guys like that, those true blue chippers. But even if it ended today, we've got an acceptable class.
I mean, yeah, the cake is already pretty good.
It's a pretty damn good cake right now, yeah.
You can put even more, toppings on top of it with all these individuals here.
Like right now, we've got a yellow cake with chocolate icing, but we could add some ice cream to the bowl.
See, I was thinking, for me, it's a cheesecake, but the option, here to put some raspberry and some, raspberry flavoring on it.
All right, if you want to go there, that's fine too. Pizza, maybe. Like right now we have a pepperoni pizza, but we could add some mushrooms, some sausage, some peppers or whatnot. Maybe
we're adding that sausage to that pizza for sure.
For sure. So anyway, a big commitment yesterday. It's good news on the recruiting front. Faison Brandon's still your top committed player. I mean, he's the guy everybody's most excited about. You're not going to outdo Faison in terms of getting the fan base excited, as he is a quarterback, right? And one of the best in the entire country at playing the position. So it's not going to get any better than Faison Brandon. But according to the On3 Rivals composite, Celeste Moa is your number 2 highest rated guy, even though they only have him as a high 4-star, not a 5 like 247 composite. But they got him as your 2nd highest graded player. Then you look at the names down the list: Joel Wyatt, Braden Rouse, TJ White, Big Gabriel Osenda, who could be
Big Gabe.
I mean, he's an offensive lineman out of the Baylor school, 6'7", 345. They call him Big Squish. Guy's a monster, size-wise. I don't know what the potential is with him because it's weird with Osenda because he's graded anywhere from a 3-star to a 5-star.
See, the 3-star tackles and linemen, I kind of like that route because a guy that I kind of like seeing, his name is JB Shabazz.
Oh, yeah?
Shabazz. This guy.
I mean, this guy might be an absolute stud, though. Like, he's got the size, like a crazy size. He's almost 6'8", 345.
I mean, the last guy we had a lot of size, though, didn't really play much, but he also wasn't a 5-star.
Who are you referring to?
Big Larry Johnson.
He wasn't 6'8", 345, though, was he? I mean, he's big, but I don't know if he was that big. But this guy, that's what I'm trying to figure out because, like, 247 says he's a 5-star, a top 20 player in the country.
He was 6'7", 348.
Okay, that's still pretty damn big then. I rewind my comment.
And then he transferred. I believe he transferred to Colorado.
I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, on one hand, it's just recruiting. Like, obviously, you got to get all the guys in and get them developed and get them in a college system. And it's going to be a couple of years before we see the dividends pay off of this class. But I think it could shape up to be one of the best classes we've had in a long, long time. Probably since Butch Jones he had a top 5 class.
He did.
Butch could recruit. He struggled in other areas, such as coaching, game management, PR, winning at a high level, development, being a nice guy. There were a lot of things about Butch that were bad, but
Barb chip dip wasn't one of them.
No, Barb had a good chip dip, and he could get the talent in. But this was that the 2015 Butch class, or was it? I don't remember which year it was. I guess it would have been 14, right? When you brought in, because you brought in Jalen Hurd and all those guys. You had all the legacy guys. He had back-to-back classes that were pretty damn good. I want to say one of them was like number 7 and one was a top 5 class, but nonetheless, who cares? This will be one of the best classes you've had since then. Probably the best if it all shapes up the way it could. So I'm excited about it. Josh Heupel's recruiting at a high level, and it has continued to pay off the last few weeks here. We'll talk about it on the other side. We'll talk about something else. If you want to get in on the show, by the way, we could go ahead and open the phone lines up a bit. 865-966-3435. We'll take some calls if anybody's interested in calling. If you don't, that's fine too. But if you don't have anything going on, if you're just out there right now and if you want to call us, you can. 865-966-3435. We'll be back right after this.
You're listening to Fan Run Radio, the sports humans.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
Hey, Knoxville. Surfside iced tea and vodka made with real brewed tea is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. In football and life, you need a solid defense to protect what matters most. That's where Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee comes in. Score peace of mind with Farm Bureau Insurance, the official insurance of the Vols. They're your line of defense. FBITN.com.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance of the Tennessee Vols. I'm here to be that line of defense for all your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871 and go Vols.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account, offering extra benefits including bank travel. Join us for a trip to Mackinac Island for a stay at the beautiful Grand Hotel. Travel with us to southern Utah to witness the enormous, colorful, and unusual rock formations. Or join us on one of our many day trips. We're always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Knoxville, mark your calendars. Fan Run Night at the ballpark is back. Join us Wednesday, August 6th at Covenant Health Park as the Knoxville Smokies take on Biloxi and we take over the stands. It's all you can eat night, so make sure to bring your appetite. Plus, we're hooking up the fans with exclusive Fan Run swag giveaways you won't want to miss. Come hang with the Fan Run crew, rep your team, and enjoy a summer night of baseball, food, and fun. Fan Run Night, August 6th. Be there.
Welcome back. Back in. Welcome back in on the show. Well, Bubba, how are you feeling? How's life?
Honestly, just glad to be still kicking both feet above the ground.
That could be your new catchphrase. It feels like you've tried to make it that somewhat.
Well,
You
it's
say
not
that-
a catchphrase.
You say that fairly, somewhat often, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a catchphrase, though.
No?
No, it's not for a character. It's not a gimmick.
Right.
Because
you're
sometimes,
serious
I've,
about it.
I've had some, anxiety and panic attack moments here recently.
Oh, okay.
Stuff going on,
Yeah, I get it. Sometimes the world hits you right over the head with its big throbbing baseball bat.
Yeah.
I ate gas station sliders yesterday. If it makes you feel better about where you're at in life compared to where I'm at, or
I bet those tasted pretty okay.
no. I mean, they were on Hawaiian rolls, so I do like that. It's kind of a sweet roll, sweet bread, which makes it a little better. And it had a decent barbecue sauce on it, but a really low quality meat, just terribly dried out pork. And I did question my life when I was eating them as to why I would make such a decision. I had other options. I could have ordered a Caesar salad somewhere, or perhaps gotten some fish, some grilled fish. But I didn't do that. I ate the gas station pork sliders.
Yeah, I could not say the same. I actually did have the fish.
The meat had been under the heat lamp for so long that it had turned crispy.
Nummy.
No, it was supposed to be like pulled pork of some sort, and it was hard. It was hard. It was like biting into bacon. I mean, it still had a pork flavor.
Nummy.
Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be that way, you know.
I've bought this $10 bag of salmon and quartz fillets from the store. Stop eating on that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I question the quality of the salmon, but you know what? It looks flaky enough, and it's got the oil popping out whenever you cook it, so it's good enough for me.
So you just throw it into the pan, frozen?
No, I thaw it out, then I'll season up an air fryer.
So it's a bag of fillets.
Yes,
salmon fillets. Are they wild caught? Or are they just?
I honestly didn't pay attention to the thing on the bag.
So you take them out of the bag and you thaw them for a bit.
Yep.
Do you just like sit them out in the sink or on the counter? Or do you in the fridge?
Sink with water or a bowl with water. I don't really
Okay.
like thawing stuff out in the fridge for hours at a time because then the juices seep places.
I see.
And you have to clean up those.
Now you could cook it from frozen though, right? Salmon.
I'd say I probably could, and it'd probably be more moisture coming from this if I were to do that, as it cooks and thaws out and steams and
I got you.
You know, all that. So I'd rather just thaw it out and then try to pat it dry. Because also, you know, when you pat it dry, you get a little crispier on the, you know, the piece of meat or, you know,
Yeah, you
fish.
get a little more of a
like the skin would
little
dry
more-
out. The skin
yeah.
would cook up better.
Yeah, you get a nice little sear on it. You eat the skin?
Salmon skin, not really. Like if I cook it too long and it kind of crisps up a little bit, I'm not gonna fight the piece of fish on the skin too much. I'll just eat the whole thing that just sticks to it. It's
Yeah.
not the worst thing that I could ever put in my body, so I'm okay with it.
I don't mind it,
but I'm not gonna treat it like a baked potato skin where I intentionally eat those up.
Oh yeah, me too. I love a potato skin. But I'm with you on the salmon. You know how it is when you cook like a fresh piece of salmon and you cook it and you get the gray bits.
Oh,
on the
I
bottom.
love scraping that off.
When you peel the skin off, but you have those little gray bits of fish.
Love-
I don't mind eating those if it so happens that some of it's left.
I love scraping the gray bits from the skin itself, but
Yeah. You know, salmon, one of the easiest things to cook. It's because even if it's underdone a little, it's still fine.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you know, chicken where if it's a little pink, you'd be disgusted. But even if you don't get the salmon, which I try to get fillets that are evenly, you know, because sometimes you get one that's big and fat and then it slants down and the end is just it's much thinner.
that's the part that sticks to the skin, and you just got to eat the skin with it.
Yeah, that part really crisps up if that happens. So I try to get an even fillet if I can, like about the same size. But salmon's the easiest thing in the world. It's like 5 minutes on each side. You're good. You can grill it. You can fry it in a pan. Pan seared's probably the best. But
I'm a big air fryer guy.
yeah, you can do air fryer, oven. I mean, there's a lot of ways to cook a salmon.
And then I recently also picked up this like handheld blender.
Oh yeah.
So I was able to make a nice chipotle sauce, and I poured that on top of the salmon last night.
Ah, kinky.
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
What do you put in your chipotle sauce? Little sriracha.
Honestly, this time around, I did not do that because it's my first experience using this handheld blender. So I just used like the chipotle peppers and the adobo sauce. It was a Greek yogurt base because I had a lot of Greek yogurt to use up. Did that, mix in some mayo with it, some garlic.
Dill?
Did not put dill on this sauce.
You'd be getting a little too close to tzatziki if you did that.
Yeah, I don't want to do that for this chipotle.
I understand.
Going on here. And then also put in some adobo seasoning as well.
Well, that sounds pretty good.
It did the job. It got me fed last night. Made me feel better about what I ate in the day.
Yeah. They say you're supposed to eat fish at least once a week. It's good for you.
Well, I've got 7 pieces to eat.
How many do you eat at a time? Just one?
I'm trying to be better about eating just one, because a lot of times I'll look at it and be like, oh, I could eat two of these easy. But then when I do that, it's like, okay, now I only have, 5 left this time around.
I feel like it's not the worst thing you can do, though, to eat multiple pieces of salmon. Like, if that's all you're eating, that's much better than eating a cheeseburger or something,
Yeah, but also, I mean, I like having things and using them up,
Yeah.
So it's like, the more salmon I eat, the more I'd have to go and replenish it sooner. So I'd rather just, do this one fillet, keep it around whatever 4 to 5.5, 6.5 ounces at most, and then just hope that the side is also good enough to fill me up. I'm trying to be better about that. I eat with my non-dominant hand. I eat slower. I try to drink more in between, chew it up till it's.
Really savor the flavor and not just hog it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's something I've always struggled with. I'm a volume eater, if you haven't noticed, and that causes me trouble because I eat like it's going out of style. I'm like a dog. I need one of those. What I need is one of those dividers in my bowl, like dogs, so that you make them eat slower. They have those little indentions where they have to really nose around in there because you know how a dog attacks a food bowl. That's how I attack a plate. And I think if there was something holding me back a little bit, like if I had to work for every bite, it'd probably be better for me.
Look at your dog bowl.
Yeah, just get me a dog bowl, fill it with spaghetti and meatballs, and don't give me a fork. If I just have to eat it with my face, I think I'd be better. Maybe that's the best way. Like if you don't give me any utensils, just make me eat like a dog. So, well, this has been an enthralling discussion about salmon, I got to say. And, if you take anything from this, just realize that you're supposed to eat fish once a week because it's good for you. And salmon, one of the best foods you can eat. Superfood.
What if it comes from like a $10 bag?
I mean, there's probably levels. There's different quality salmon.
Different, types of, mercury in there somewhere.
Sure. Still much better to buy your own, though, than it is to pay for it out at the store. I mean, that's you can really spend some money because, these fast casual healthy spots now, these healthy joints where they got salmon for you, but you're getting a tiny little fillet and they're charging you $10. Like if you go to a Tzatziki's, for example, which is a place I like when I'm trying to be healthy. You get a nice Greek salad, you get some salmon fillet with it. But if you get 2 salmon fillets, if you double up your salmon at Tzatziki's, it'll cost you $30 damn by the time you get out there. And nobody needs to be paying $30 at a Tzatziki's. So I think the lesson here is just cook your own salmon at home, do like Bubba's doing, and try to improve your life.
Spice things up a bit.
Try to make the changes where you can so you don't die.
Don't be afraid to use some
being too fat.
Some cuffs every now and then.
Huh?
Anyways.
All right. Well, hour 2's in the book. We'll try to be better next hour. We'll start it off with some headlines. You're listening to Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
The phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore the buzz, keep your eyes on the street. No text back, no scroll, just let it wait. Attention on the road, that's the only way. Phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore the buzz, keep your eyes on the street. No text back, no scroll, just let it wait.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Are you tired of trying to squeeze your dental appointments in on your lunch break or before you go to work? Here at Knoxville Smiles, we're all about making going to the dentist easier. That's why we're now open until 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. To take advantage of our new evening hours, make your appointment now at knoxvillesmiles.com or just call us at 865-539-1776. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axel Logistics is the place to start your career.
Hello, is Tina there?
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Vince from the hit reality show Wives Don't Tell. Tina applied for our show to confess that her husband won't go to the doctor to get his erectile dysfunction checked. She said she's ready for a guy that can bring the heat.
All right, what the is going on? You know you're talking to her husband right now? Tina!
Well, she wrote the application that her man's performance is questionable. She's basically married to a coffee table. She also said, we live within driving distance to Men's Pro Knoxville, but he's too scared to get a blood test.
Oh my, she is done. She is so done.
Gotcha, Mike. It's Nephew Tommy. Ain't no reality show. It's a prank. Men's Pro Knoxville is the real deal, fellas. Local experts, test results in minutes. Call 865-544-8220 or hit menspronknoxville.com before your lady books a new co-star. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power Rankings, Tuesday Trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen, ayy. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. Ay. Morning booming from 7 to 10. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville.
Talk Sports 3.0.
Hour 3 kicking off in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Hour 3 headlines brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. Hey, you want to smile, don't you? You don't want to be walking around frowning like a loser. You don't want to be looking like some guy who's just sad all the time. So show off those shiny white pearls at Knoxville Smiles. You go in there with a problem, you leave with a solution. That's what I like to say about Knoxville Smiles. They'll make you look good. They'll make you not look like an ugly person anymore. You go. That's a good testament. That's what I'll say for Knoxville Smiles, Bubba. You can walk in ugly, you can leave beautiful, because a smile makes you beautiful. They have Invisalign and other things like that. As the former Arkansas interim football coach John L. Smith once said, "Smile."
Speaking of Invisalign, when I bought my vehicle, unrelated to anything, there's a Billie Eilish CD stuck in the CD player. And next thing I clicked it, and the first thing she started off with was my Invisalign, my Invisalign.
Is that like the new LeBron James? LeBron James?
No,
LeBron
no.
James?
It's just
My
every time
Invisalign?
I think about Invisalign, I think of Billie Eilish, who would probably go to Knoxville Smiles if she, was here in Knoxville.
As long as there were enough white people there. She's in the news currently for Billie Eilish put on a concert. We talked about it a couple of days ago, but she was over in Ireland or something, and she said it was nice to see so many people that looked like her. And people are really taking that a certain kind of way, saying she only likes being around white people. I don't know if that's true or not. You'd have to ask Billie Eilish. Let's start off with some Hour 3 headlines here. Shout out to the freak East TN Vol for making me aware of this story. Headline from his neck of the woods. This is a Tennessee story. A company is apologizing after a video has gone viral of a couple's indecent act at a branch office. This was the Eastman Credit Union. So this is a Tennessee-based credit union around Johnson City. The Tennessee-based credit union has issued an apology after a video surfaced of two people getting it on TikTok, or as the story here says, quote, in an intimate position. Footage went viral on social media, has been viewed millions of times, it says, across many social media platforms. The couple was filmed during an intimate act through a frosted glass window. Although the footage is blurred due to the frosted glass, their explicit act was visible for everyone at the branch office. It is not immediately clear whether the couple are employees of Eastman Credit Union. How about that? So the Eastman Credit Union has had to apologize for this. They're headquartered in Kingsport. I was thinking about going up there this weekend, Bubba, not to Eastman Credit Union, but maybe to Bristol. People are excited about that. It's a big baseball game tomorrow, scheduled for if it's anything like the game that the Braves and the Reds played last night, should be a hell of a time, right, Bubba? Because last night, I don't know if you heard, but they had a game where the game was tied 3-3 in the 8th inning, and both teams put up 8 runs in the 8th inning. So if it's anything like that at Bristol, it's going to be crazy. Expected to be the biggest baseball game ever. I believe when Tennessee and Virginia Tech played there, 156,000 was the number for the largest college football game ever.
This game makes me so mad, Cody.
You don't like it?
No.
Why not?
Because one, for
cheap?
the people, no, not cheap, but the people that are sitting, in the outfield, there's a very limited chance you're going to be able to get a home run ball hit to you. It's going to have to be hit at least like 470 feet to get to you.
You think anybody will hit one to the track?
I mean, probably it'll bounce because, concrete.
I don't know. I don't know if, if it lands, I guess it could roll.
And there's not going to be a really good, view of anything unless you're right down there in the expensive seats, looking, up against with whatever buildings that they demolished down there in the infield. Plus, you're at a racetrack. It's going to be hot. You're surrounded by asphalt and concrete.
Surrounded by asphalt.
I mean, nowadays, if you go to a baseball game, you might end up, being a fisherman or something like that.
Yeah. You might end up having a bucket of nachos in one hand and a beer bat in the other and be unable to catch that fly ball if it comes your way, too. Well, the Eagles legend Brandon Graham says that he does not expect Philadelphia to have a Super Bowl hangover. Says there will be no Super Bowl hangover. He was a member of both of Philadelphia's Super Bowl winning teams before he retired in March. He says, you know what I like about what they've got going on? There's not going to be any hangover. We didn't have the same type of team that y'all got now. Y'all got a bunch of the guys back. He says with the leadership on this team and the way that Philadelphia is structured, basically that they'll be right back in it this year. You know, a lot of teams, after they win the Super Bowl, it's hard to come back and do it again. It's hard to repeat. Basically, he's saying the Eagles have that potential, which he's probably a little biased because he played for the Eagles, but they do seem like they're set up still as the best team in the NFL. I don't know what your thoughts were, Bubba, yesterday on our top 10s, but me and John both put out our top 10s. We did a bit on the show, of course, where I had to do mine off the top of my head, but I changed mine because I didn't really believe in what I said off the top of my head because I hadn't prepared for it. But once I actually did my research, tell me what you think about this, Bubba. My top 10 was Eagles, Bills, Ravens, Rams, Chiefs. I feel like everybody's kind of got some variation of that top 5. But then I went Chargers, Lions, Packers, Broncos, Bengals. I like the Chargers, and that was before they won 34-7 yesterday.
How do you feel about the Lions, though?
Not as good.
Yeah?
It's a Hall of Fame game. I mean, you know how it is. You can't take anything from that.
But
I did like how the Chargers showed up motivated, though.
Did the play calling not affect that judgment?
Not really. Not when it's a Hall of Fame game. What are your top? Who would your top 5 be right now? Like, do you agree with this, Brandon Graham, that the Eagles are still set up as the number 1 team? Hard to say otherwise right now, isn't it?
I mean, they're top 2, top 3. I think the Ravens are up there in that conversation.
Yeah, see, a lot of people have the Ravens right now as the best team in the AFC.
I think the Bills, I mean, they're always somewhat up there, even though the team never looks that great. Just Josh Allen's so good. Colts should not be up there.
No, probably not. How about this? Tiger Woods' son is closing in on the U.S. Junior Ryder Cup team. Charlie Woods. You excited about his career in golf?
I wouldn't say excited. It's weird to be able to watch a kid. And in my lifetime, I'll be able to watch this kid fully in his career. Knock on wood. I get to see the end of it, wherever it leads him. So that's kind of weird, you know? You watch him in all these clips and stuff where he's very young and learning. And then now he's getting more and more famous. And it's like, okay, we'll see how this takes him throughout life.
I think it's pretty cool when you see like some of the success that he's having, though, because today's a big day for him. He is entering the day tied for second place at the Junior PGA Championship. He shot a 6 under 66 for a second consecutive round on Thursday. So, I mean, he's right in the thick of it. Now, it's just the Junior PGA Championship. It's not like, you know, the Masters or anything, but he's coming along. He's making a name for himself.
You know, if I would have spent my youth at the golf course and, you know, would have played every day, maybe I'd be up in the PGA youth right now at the age of 25. I'm sorry.
You think you'd be right there with Charlie Woods, huh?
Yeah.
Shooting a 12 under. What's a good round for you? Can you shoot a
good round for me is breaking 100.
Okay. So you're not any good at all.
No. The best so far I think I've ever shot has been a 98.
All right. Good morning to Freak Josh, who writes in, good morning, Freakazoids. Is that what Bubba looks like? Oh, my God. What's that supposed to mean? Probably just because he's never seen your face. Show us your face.
I'll wear a mask next time.
Well, in other news, the NFL will not penalize players for doing the bow and arrow celebration. So
that just means we're one step closer to bringing back a forbidden name for a forbidden team.
Maybe. Speaking of that, the president is bringing back the presidential fitness test. I don't know if you saw that yesterday, but that was also in the news.
Will I have to participate in that?
No, it's for school children.
Okay.
So you should be exempt from having to participate in the presidential fitness test. But they're bringing it back to public schools, I guess just because, kids these days are fat. And so this administration, they're supposedly big on making them not fat anymore. Kennedy's going to run it. The Health and Human Services Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy. We'll see how that goes. The presidential fitness test was first introduced by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1966. Do you know when it was discontinued, Bubba? When it ended?
2018.
Nope, 2012. It lasted until 2012 when President Obama decided to abandon it for a different sort of physical education test. But now Trump is bringing it back. They announced yesterday Trump joined by the golfer Bryson DeChambeau, Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker, and former NFL great Lawrence Taylor.
Do we still want Harrison Butker out here? I'm just asking. I mean,
what do you mean?
Michael Jackson would probably say he did nothing wrong, but wasn't he the one that had very negative...
he made the comment. That was about this time a year ago, wasn't it? When he was in hot water.
Felt like it.
Basically saying women should stay in the kitchen, and that women's roles were more defined as being, homemakers and whatnot.
I want to get the women active, so I don't want him on this squad, really.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's, a Trump guy, obviously. So him and DeChambeau and
nothing wrong with the woman who works out.
And Lawrence Taylor. Well, again, these are school children, though. This is just for, it's supposed to establish those healthy.
Building better habits for whenever they're older.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're saying, that they want every young American to have the opportunity to emphasize healthy, active lifestyle by creating a culture of strength and excellence for years to come. So you're right. Ultimately, if the school children get into a healthy lifestyle early, then hopefully then they will become healthy adults, is what they're saying. So,
even though the fitness gram pacer test, I assume, is that completely separate from this? Do you know?
The what? The fitness what?
Fitness gram pacer test.
Well, no, that was Obama's thing. The fitness gram. That's what he brought in. So now we're going back to the presidential fitness test.
The presidential pacer test.
No, this is just called the presidential fitness test.
Is it not the same thing?
No, Obama abandoned this in 2012.
Okay, but they're bringing it back. But is it not implied that it's going to be the same thing of running back and forth as a?
I'm sure it'll be
during the timer or beeps.
Yeah, it's probably similar. It's probably a similar test. I don't know, Bubba. It was in the news yesterday. So they're excited about it. Also, SummerSlam coming up. You excited for that? Is that this weekend or is it further away?
This weekend.
It is. What's the main event?
John Cena.
Who's he fighting or wrestling? Going up against?
Honestly, I haven't looked at the card.
Okay. Well,
but I'll be able to figure that out for you.
Your boy Drew McIntyre's status is uncertain, as I read.
Not exactly my guy.
No?
No.
And the last headline for you.
Oh, it's a buy one, get one extravaganza. 2 nights.
What, on salmon?
No, on the SummerSlam. Makes me regret not being able to find this audio clip that they want.
Where are they doing it this year? Do you know what city it's in?
MetLife Stadium.
Okay, doing it in New York. Well, Jersey. Basically New York. Also, last one.
Jelly Roll.
Huh?
Jelly Roll is going to be in it.
Oh, great. I can't wait to not watch that. Virginia Tech and Old Dominion have canceled 4 future scheduled games, including all 3 that were supposed to take place in Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk.
That's how they say
Norfolk. I like to say Norfolk.
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 I mean, Norfolk is how it looks like it should be, but they call it Norfolk. That's how the Virginians say it. But they had a 13-game scheduling agreement. College football is what we're talking about here, signed back in 2012. But it's getting cut down by 4 games as the 2 schools announced they'd come to a new agreement that will get rid of all the Hokies' future road games in Norfolk. The Virginia Tech AD said, "We continue to evaluate and align our future non-conference schedules with the evolving landscape of college football. We've made a strategic decision, mutually agreed upon, to alter the number of games in the series."
You know, I'm going to say this. I don't want Virginia Tech around my program. I don't think they're that elite. Yeah, they had Michael Vick, and that's pretty much been it.
You don't want them around. What do you mean? You just don't want to?
I don't want to see Tennessee play them ever again.
Yeah.
And I know we had however long ago recently where it was like, oh, a team from Virginia could be looking to pursue SEC hopes, Virginia Tech. And it's like, no, please stay away.
I mean, they used to be relevant when Frank Beamer was the coach for all those years. He was a great football coach, but yeah, since then they've become, I wouldn't call them a bottom tier college football school. Like, they're still better than, say, Virginia, generally speaking, but they're not great anymore. They're not even one of the top teams in the ACC, and we know that's a weak conference. So we'll see how all that plays out. That's enough for the news. We've got some comments from Rick Barnes updating the status of the 5-star freshman Nate Ament that we will get to on the other side. Barnes provided some good news yesterday about Tennessee's freshman phenom. We'll tell you about it after the break. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
Here's more with Dr. Stephen Malone from Knoxville Smiles.
So in the past, we've talked about salivary testing and how that can benefit your overall health. And today we're talking about nitric oxide levels. And people don't talk about that in dentistry very much. It's a new thing. So what we're learning is that mouth breathing is detrimental to your health. And we should think about nasal breathing as a priority. And sometimes we have structures in the mouth that keep people from being able to breathe through their nose. And there's things we could do with orthodontics, possibly surgery. There may be some bone in the mouth that is overgrown in the floor of the mouth that can affect where your tongue position. It makes it hard to breathe through your nose. And people think that's all about sleep apnea, but it could be about just the way your circulation works. As we get older, the nitric oxide levels decrease anyway. So we don't want to make that worse by not having the proper structures. Today in dentistry, we're looking for that, and we're trying to do things to help people. So sometimes straightening your teeth and giving your tongue space is a health issue, not a cosmetic issue. So if there's something that we could do to try to help you figure that out, that's what we're trying to do every day.
Schedule your appointment online today at KnoxvilleSmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Sick of Googling the best bets for tonight and coming up short? Tap into the slate presented by VIP Play, East Tennessee's only on-air gambling show. I'm William Pattison, and every weekday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm giving you sharp analysis, trends, and picks for college football, the NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. If it's on the books, we've got you covered. It's the slate presented by VIP Play, weekdays at 6 on Fan Run Radio.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Hey there, everybody. My name is Linda, and Talk Sports is my favorite radio show because them boys give me what I need. They don't pull any punches. They tell it like it is, and they're so funny. John's voice is sexy, and Cody reminds me so much of my late brother Donnie. It just warms my heart. Listen from 7 to 10 every weekday here on Fan Run Radio.
You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise where I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now. In case you forgot or fell off, I'm still hot, knock your shell off. My money stacked fat, plus I can't turn the swell off. The franchise doing big business.
Back on the program, Josh in the chat, Bubba, clarified that he said you looked good. It was just the first time he had seen you. So he didn't know what you looked like. But when he said, oh, that's what Bubba looks like, it wasn't negative. It was just that he didn't know what you looked like.
I feel like he's seen me before, though, if he's played and he's beaten me in men's softball.
Oh, you know this guy?
Well, like last week or earlier this week, time flies by whenever you're living. He said, oh, softball update. Ha ha, because we beat you. Ha ha.
Oh, I see. Well, do you wear a hat when you play softball?
I do.
Oh, well, okay.
I look about the same, but in a very tighter shirt on my body because that's what they gave to me.
They're also discussing whether or not you have an OnlyFans.
Do I? That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't know, man. You played John Cena coming into the break. Made me think of wrestling. I saw where Hulk Hogan was apparently devastated by the negative reaction that he got during the that appearance he made on when the Raw debuted on Netflix in LA. Jimmy Hart, the Mouth of the South, shared that Hulk Hogan was devastated by the fans' reaction. Does that bring you joy to know that Hulk Hogan was emotionally devastated by being booed at the Raw on Netflix debut?
I wouldn't say bring me joy. I mean, it was an awkward timing, because people still haven't really forgiven Hulk Hogan for, what he said. And also, real American beer, brother. I haven't had it yet, so I don't know if it's good or not. But
I'm going to guess not, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in myself. I tried to set something up, and I was going to do it on the phone here too, but it doesn't work quite as well. Because there's a prank call where John Cena, and it's like SummerSlam, and it's like, hello, and it's like, for $69.99, you can order this pay-per-view of SummerSlam. And she's like, no, I don't want that.
It's a prank call?
It's a John Cena prank call.
And you were trying to get the audio set up? Or?
Yeah, because it also involves SummerSlam, and SummerSlam is this weekend, so I thought it would have tied in. But I had to settle for just the theme song, so,
I got you. What's your favorite SummerSlam moment? Do you have one?
Not really. Things kind of blend together. If I were to really think about wrestling off the top of the dome, or not off the top, but if I were to really think about it, I'd find a moment that I liked. But see, the problem is it's hard for me to find things and just remember them instantly now. I see so much stuff every day, whether I'm driving, listening, playing video games, watching any type of sport moment. So everything just kind of meshes together.
Right.
So it's hard for me to just remember anything instantaneously.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting answer to the question. But I was, for me, it would be 2003 always comes to mind. It was the second Elimination Chamber. I believe it debuted Survivor Series in 2002. They had the first Elimination Chamber match, which I loved because I was a big Shawn Michaels fan, and he won the first one. Took down Triple H, got his revenge, won the World Heavyweight title. It was awesome. But the second one I remember watching was SummerSlam 03, and that was when Triple H, they really screwed Goldberg. It was it was Triple H, Goldberg, Kevin Nash was in it. I can't remember who all was in that SummerSlam. I want to say Kane maybe was in. I can't remember, but they really beat up Goldberg really bad.
I mean, I feel like from 2003, there's upon just looking up the 03 one, it looked like a banger happened between Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle.
Yeah, they had a great wrestling match. But then the Elimination Chamber was the main event after that. Two great wrestlers, Brock and Angle. But anyway, let me give you this Nate Amon update real quick here.
Oh, please. I would like to know about baby KD.
This would be our second biggest Vol update of the day, other than the big football recruit we landed. This would be the next most newsworthy item. Our boy Nate Amon had a bit of a lingering injury. He got banged up. He had his wrist, his left wrist.
Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to?
No, that's the update. Apparently, it's not lingering. Rick Barnes said, quote, yesterday during his media availability, if we were playing games, Nate would have played. So it's a reassuring update from Rick Barnes on the status of Nate Amon because he hasn't been practicing. They've held him out with this wrist injury. He got it on July 14th, so it's been a couple weeks that his wrist has been a little banged up. But Rick Barnes said it's basically just out of precaution. It's strictly precautionary. They just don't want to take any chances with him. But he said if they were playing games, Nate would be out there. So that tells me we shouldn't have anything too worrisome headed into the basketball season. And obviously you have a whole football season between now and then too. So, but it's not like he's going to have some lingering wrist injury. That's good. Barnes explained that the coaching staff just wanted to be cautious with Nate Amon. Said he's already put in a lot of work over the summer. We've done a lot with him, Barnes said. He could practice, but we've just chosen not to. So that's good to hear.
He could practice with the other hand.
I'm sure he's doing some stuff. He's probably dribbling around, whatever you do in basketball practice.
I need him to get his life to this, his undivided attention to the sport that I cheer him on in. Because he joined my team for presuming an amount of money because, Rick Barnes is the deacon, a great Christian man.
6'10". He really is a baby Durant, isn't he?
That's larger than what I thought.
Baby giraffe, baby Durant.
That's at least, up to the doorway up there. No?
Up at the top of the doorway?
Not the top, but I'd say his head and hair would touch the top of the doorway.
Yeah, I'd say you'd have to duck down a little bit to come in this door at 6'10".
Maybe shorter though. I feel like most room sizes are like 10 feet is like the top.
I'm just glad to hear that the wrist injury is not going to be a thing that we got to worry about, at least for the time being.
Was it a shooting hand or?
That's a good question. I don't know. It said it was his left wrist. So I'm assuming he's right-handed, but I'm simply basing that on what I know about the majority of Americans. Like, if you got to guess one way or the other, you would guess he's a right-handed shooter, right?
I would.
But I don't know that to be a fact. So just a little update for you there on the 5-star freshman, as of course we are all very excited about basketball season.
We are, because you know, I don't know if you saw where the Food City Center at Thompson Bowling Arena had some updates. Hopefully they put AC in that thing, because last year
oh yeah, it gets hot in there, man.
I believe he is left-handed though. So
oh, is he? Okay, well, obviously I misspoke. So that would be a concern then if he had a major left wrist injury.
So he better learn how to shoot right-handed,
or just keep rehabbing it and
shoot with his feet.
Wouldn't
that be crazy?
Huh?
You learn to shoot a basketball
with your feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be crazy. It would literally be groundbreaking.
I don't think it'd break the ground.
I did see where they made those improvements. They've got the new jumbo board, or the new jumbotron or video board. I don't know. Do you call it a jumbotron in basketball? It feels like a football thing.
I call it a jumbotron.
Whatever you want to call it, jumbotron video board. It looks big. It looks new. It looks nice. Saw some of the images coming out of that in the past few days. So they are making some improvements to the arena. I've always thought our arena is pretty nice anyway. Like, I've always liked Thompson Bowling Arena at Food City Center, or whatever they call it now. I think it's ugly on the outside. Like, don't get me wrong, the exterior could definitely use some work. It's kind of an ugly building, but inside, I think it's a great arena. I think it's beautiful in there. Third largest in the country. The only other Vol news we had yesterday, I mean, they're throwing the ball around in practice. You know, we kind of argued yesterday, me and John, about or I don't even know if that was yesterday or the day before at this point, but you know, about this quarterback situation and how Merklinger has a real opportunity to be the quarterback versus Joey Aguilar, who everybody's just kind of penciled in and whatnot, because they said the day before that Merklinger was the most accurate. But yesterday, Bubba, I don't know if you saw, Joey Aguilar was 16 of 17 in his air reps.
Yeah, but what is he scrambling for here? You know, that's the thing. Jake Merklinger is a dual threat quarterback here, Cody.
I just think it's kind of silly for us to make any sort of assumptions, you know, first week of fall camp. Like, we're not really going to know anything. Like, you get some good quotes here and there. You see some nice throws here and there, but ultimately they're throwing on air.
I mean, all I know
there
is,
wasn't even a defense out there. So,
you know, it's tough because I relate with sometimes. I think one of our listeners said this recently. He doesn't want to hear about team chemistry. He wants to see boys out there fighting. He needs passion out there.
Yeah. Guys fighting for their lives, playing time. Chris Brazel also was sidelined to begin fall practice. Do you have any interest in the Netflix docuseries coming out next week? Any given Saturday?
I'll check it out.
I think I'd like to watch it. They put out kind of a promo yesterday, the Vol football account over on X, about the new Netflix show that's coming out, as college football fans get an up-close personal look at the inner workings of the SEC. So it'll be on Netflix next week, called Any Given Saturday, and Tennessee's featured in it.
Do you know when they would have stopped filming for that roughly?
Not off the top of my head. I don't know when they filmed it. I know it had some footage from last year in it. It's obviously like a lot of footage from the 2024 season. So I would assume at some point during the football season last year.
Because it would have been cool if they would have like kept it going all the way till, you know, playoffs, and then it's like, here what happened, and then they do like a slight update, you know, earlier this year for the whole Nico situation.
Yeah, it's a good question. I wonder if they had to edit the footage in some way, or like,
yeah, they or make him have to look like a bad guy, just reinforce our opinion. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like I don't know how Nico's going to be featured in it because a lot of it is from the 2024 season. So
he won't be on it at all unless they cut him the check. That's what Big Nick would want.
Netflix's press release says viewers will ride along on the team buses, sit in on locker room speeches, drop in on barbershop banter, and witness the grind it takes to be a D1 athlete in the nation's most competitive football culture.
The nation's most competitive football culture.
Yeah, well, that's cool. The trailer showed some locker room shots. It had Brew McCoy on there.
R.I.P.
I think he's still alive.
Yeah, but his football career isn't.
Yeah, probably not. He might be in the UFL someday.
I think he medically retired.
Oh, yeah, he did. Okay, good point. Still alive, though, which is important to note.
Yeah.
I don't know. It showed something from like a halftime speech from Josh Heupel.
Is he breaking a clipboard over his knee, telling somebody to take their helmet and put it somewhere if they don't want to do a certain thing?
Yeah, something like that.
Is there dudes tussling in the locker room? Some boys jawing at each other on the same team?
That I don't know, but it debuts August 5th. So you can watch it next week, August 5th.
Will there be any murderers in this?
Not to my knowledge, Bubba. But is that Tuesday, August 5th?
Tuesday,
Friday the 1st, Saturday the 2nd, Sunday the 3rd, Monday the 4th. Tuesday. Yeah, it'll be Tuesday. And then also next Wednesday, we got fan run night. So looks like my calendar is quickly getting booked up for next week. Let's see. Go ahead and jot this down. SEC documentary, Tuesday, August 5th. And then Wednesday, throw out first pitch for Knoxville Smokies. Yeah, I'm getting booked up next week. A lot going on. Also saw where Jason Momoa has shaved his beard for the first time in 6 years, in case you were wondering about that.
Did it for Dune. A month after hosting Ozzy Osbourne's last little legacy show.
They're doing another Dune?
They are.
Is this like Dune 3?
It will be Dune 3. I'm not sure which exactly books it entails, because here's the thing. I haven't seen the first Dune or the second one, because in my mind, I want to try to read through the books. And right now, I am only like 20% of the way through the first Dune. So, I don't know what happens. I don't want to know what happens. But at least I know that Jason Momoa is going to appear somewhere. So if he doesn't appear in the book, then I'll be pretty sad.
All right. Let's go ahead and take a quick break here. We'll be back on the other side. Maybe Bubba will have a game for us to play. We'll find out after the break.
You're listening to Fan Run Radio, the Sports Humans.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the volunteer state. Smoked daily by pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Airlines have just reduced their prices even more. Book 30 days in advance and save big.
Want the absolute lowest prices on your airline tickets? Then call the Low Cost Airlines Travel Hotline right now. For prices so low, we can't publish them anywhere. The only way to access our low rates and save up to 70% is to call. Save hundreds on your vacation tickets by calling right now. You can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-631-1754. 800-631-1754. 800-631-1754. That's 800-631-1754.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
The Drive with Russell Smith. Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6.
Join us weekday afternoons here on Fan Run Radio. We'll be discussing all the latest Tennessee football, basketball, and baseball news with expert analysis from special guests along with your phone calls. It's The Drive, weekday afternoons from 3 to 6, right here on Fan Run Radio.
Flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Last call here on the program. Bubba, you said you wanted to address the Freak of the Week. I was just going to skip it and do one next week, but you seem to have some thoughts.
Well, there's always got to be a Freak of the Week here, Cody. This is now our third week of doing Freak of the Week.
Yeah, but the rest of the crew's not here. I mean,
it still lives on. Dang it.
And there doesn't always have to be a Freak of the Week because there was never a Freak of the Week until the last 2 weeks.
Well, we'll do an honorary Freak of the Week. Oh, we'll throw
All right. Well,
we'll throw out two names: a Freak of the Week, and then maybe a Cream of the Week, if you will.
A what?
Individual by the name of Dorian, as he is
I know Dorian,
newly father.
Oh, shout out to Dorian! Congratulations.
But then
Didn't
also
know about that. Congrats.
My Cream of the Week is Josh Hull for just his activeness in the chat. We appreciate him for listening and tuning in this week.
Okay.
So, John has his orders, and I've got the other Freak of the Week or Cream of the Week, if you will. So, thank you, Dorian, and thank you, Josh, for tuning in this week.
Well, good. Shout out to Dorian and to Josh.
Maybe one day we'll start giving these guys some prizes.
What are you calling it of the week?
He in chat
what
earlier.
Did you call it?
He called it the Cream of the Week.
Cream of the Week.
Yep.
Like cream of wheat.
Close.
Okay. I won't ask.
He'll know what it means. I
won't ask any further questions. Just to address a couple other guys here in the chat. Easty and Vol asked if I can do a World's Greatest Podcast episode today. No, would be the answer to that. I don't know who I'd do it with other than John. I mean, it's kind of our thing, Could I theoretically do one and have a guest? I mean, I guess, but gonna go with no. We'll be there for you next week, I assume. What else? What sports rule makes the least sense to you? I don't know, Josh. I'd have to think about
Defensive
that.
holding.
I'd have to think about that. Vandy Dandy says it takes forever to get in and out of Bristol. Traffic will be hell this weekend.
Vandy Dandy also thinks that, their quarterback competition and whatever else they got going on there. I'm just going to put words in his mouth.
And Frank says, how can I enjoy watching the NFL? I enjoy watching lots of points being scored. The NFL typically doesn't do that.
We might have to switch you over to some arena football.
Yeah, I just like the product in the NFL. Just watching the guys play, it's just such a higher level, faster moving game. It's
even during the preseason,
even if the scores are lower in general. I mean, it's just a better game. I would suggest if you're having trouble watching the NFL and getting into it, start gambling. VIP play is a good option.
Use code FANRUN. Be responsible about it.
Yeah, if you want to get in on that, and also play in fantasy, one of my favorite things to do.
If you have friends to let you part of their fantasy league,
right? So, prerequisite to this is you have to have friends. So hopefully Frank has some friends, and that maybe they'll let you into their fantasy league. It's worth the fun every year.
What if we here at the station did like a fan fantasy league?
That's an idea.
It is.
I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea. It's certainly an idea. Bubba, what did we miss? Or do we have a game or no game? No time for game?
We can do a game real quick.
Quick game?
Yeah, we can. Do you want to do a landmine? Or do you want to just, do something else? Like first thing that pops to your head, maybe a new game where it's like a lineup where you got to have a great pull between like a superstar and then some supporting characters, and it doesn't have to be a person, it could be anything.
All right, throw that at me.
What?
The second one.
All right, so my lineup this week, Cody, is going to be the Bojangles chicken sandwich combo as my main attraction, my number uno. Number 2 is going to be Bryce Dallas Howard, and number 3 is going to be always getting the green light when driving.
How is this a game?
I thought that was a pretty good pool.
Well, what are we supposed to play? There's nothing for me to play.
You pick 3 things that you know.
Oh.
You could do like the Rolling Stones at 1, and then you would say...
Oh, so you just take 3 things and rank them 1 through 3?
A kalash.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a game. A what? A kalash.
Is that not what it was? Kalash?
Kalachi. I thought you were going to give me a... I thought you were going to give me like 3 things, and then I had to rank them. All right, I'll do it for you then. I'll do 3 to you.
Or I'll give you 3 things to rank if you don't want to go along with this.
Okay. We can try that.
I had Zaxby's, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Raising Cane's.
What was the first one?
Zaxby's.
Oh, so Zaxby's, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Raising Cane's? Zaxby's last, for sure. Second place, I'd go with Raising Cane's, and first place Buffalo Wild Wings, because we go there every Thursday for half-price wings. They got a great deal on Thursdays.
Go boneless.
I get the Caribbean jerk and the Asian zing, typically. Although yesterday I got nachos. Which
do they also still have their appetizers?
Yeah, they got appetizers.
No, like their appetizer deal?
I don't know if they got a deal on the appetizers or not right now. But the wing deals are pretty good on Thursday. Elijah wants to know who would win in a fight here at Fan Run. Well, I guess it would depend on what kind of fight.
And who's fighting?
Well, I think that's what he's asking. Like maybe if there was like one last man standing or something.
We're doing a Royal Rumble. I'm going to win.
Bubba?
I'm calling my shot. I don't know what I'm capable of, and I think that's scary because I know what you're capable of.
Which is?
Just being a menacing force, holding people down, but you'll find your limit eventually.
I don't know. There's really no physically imposing people here.
It doesn't have to be physically. Mentally.
Well, I was just saying, like, if
you give me your weapons.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, there's not one guy who stands out that would win a fight, a supreme fight between everyone. Like, it's not like there's just like one badass. You know, back in the day, we had Chance, and he was kind of a fighter. He had done some boxing in his life, and he was actually physically like kind of imposing. He could definitely whip a man's ass. Nowadays, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know who I'd put my money on. I wouldn't want to put my money on any of these guys. Like Sam's in the best shape, but he's not. He doesn't really seem like a fighter, you know. He can get angry every now and then, but I mean, I'm pretty tough. Pretty tough. I mean, I'm a former varsity athlete, so but I tire out quick, you know. Everybody else is just pretty soft, generally speaking. I'd take Sam just because he's in the best shape, I guess. We don't really have any fighters. Bubba, what did we miss?
Well, Cody, we missed the end of the MLB trade deadline.
Glad I missed that.
Carlos Correa reunited back in Houston, so some trash can banging is going to happen once again. Get ready for it, folks.
Astros.
Also, the Twins just basically gave away their whole team, and now, oddly enough, they're in contention to sell the team. So they traded away 11 players yesterday. A very baffling move. We've got some NBA news. Don't really care. NBA offseason. Who cares? Mikal Bridges, he signs. Oh well. We've got the NFL introducing their virtual measurements. I don't know if that piqued your interest.
Nah, not really. What are they measuring?
Well, just like for down and distance. Then they use the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Tracker in the ball instead of the chain gang.
Did they do that last night?
They did.
Okay. How did it work? Was it okay?
Just fine, I guess.
Yeah. All right. They're not going to do that in games, though, right? In real games.
I think they will. I think that's what they're implementing for this season.
Oh.
So the boys that you knew and that you loved, the old hard-working blue-collar boys from who knows where, are up there with the chains trying to get it at the right angle measurement to help their team win. They won't be out there unless they are out there just for looks.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. One other thing we missed, Bubba, did you see this amusement park in Saudi Arabia? This I guess it was a fair. I don't know if they do a county fair in Saudi Arabia. It's like a fairgrounds ride. This thing just dropped. It was up in the air, spinning around, and then all of a sudden it just crashed to the ground. No one dead, though. Just several injured, but nobody died, so that's good.
Have you seen Bryce Dallas Howard recently, Cody?
A lot of turbans got thrown off. Huh?
Have you seen Bryce Dallas Howard? Can't stop thinking about it.
We'll end the show on that note. Thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate you guys as we were a little short-staffed. We will be back on Monday. We'll talk to you then. Under Review up next. Keep it locked in on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Whether you are buying or selling a home or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage